Welcome guys, we've had the Monaco Grand Prix qualifying session and everyone thinks, well, this is as good as the race wrapped up in the positions. Well, I think we've got a big change coming for tomorrow. Some news ahead of the qualifying session. Lance Stroll picked up a one-place grid penalty in free practice for one with his incident with Charles Leclerc. Ollie Behrman also picked up a 10-place grid penalty for ignoring a red flag. Some people saying this was harsh, but you know from junior category, as soon as you see a red flag, you stop and you definitely don't overtake. 10-place penalty. You know what the punishment is for that. And we could have more penalties to come. Impeding from Lewis Hamilton during the session and Lance Stroll again. Let's see what the outcome of that is. So the results are still pending, and we'll clarify that before race start tomorrow. And let's just jump straight to the Q1 session, and we had Franco Colapinto going out in last place. Lance Stroll starts in 19th. That one place would put him 20th, but Ollie Behrman, who starts in 17th, has got 10th place, so he'll start in 19th. Pierre Gasly in 18th. He'll move up one place to 17th. Obviously, Ollie Behrman takes a 10th place penalty from 17th, so he'll start last. Colapinto will move up 2 places to 18th. Gasly 17th, and then Bortoleto in 16th place. Charles Leclerc led the way again in that session. He absolutely dominated the free practice sessions. The Ferrari have come to the front, and it was another really good lap from him. Lando Norris second and Oscar Piastri in third. It was a very good session, that one for Nico Hülkenberg. Got himself up into P14. I mean, it was a bad session for the two Alpines, both out 20th and 18th. Kimi Antonelli went out. He caused a red flag, clipped the wall as he turned into the chicane coming out of the tunnel, and broke the suspension and into the wall. He went, meant that Q2 he would start 15th, and then as soon as that started, it was just ended up being an absolutely disastrous session for the Mercedes guys, because George Russell caused another red flag. His car just seemed to have cut off. We rolled down like 50% of the circuit and ended up stopping in the tunnel. Couldn't get that car started again, and 15th and 14th for the two Mercedes boys. Absolutely horrible session. They've had probably one of their slowest that we've seen in an absolute age. Nico Hülkenberg in 13th place. What a qualifying session from him. 12th for Yuki Tsunoda. He was disappointed with the way that they had arranged his race laps to go, so he was disappointed, and the bigger disappointed I think was Carlos Sainz in 11th place. This guy, I had him to qualify in P3. It was actually his teammate in P3 in that session, with a brilliant lap from Alex Albon in third. Leclerc second, and Norris showing his pace for the first time all weekend with P1 in the Q2 session. Ocon with a brilliant lap though. Shout out to him with a P10 performance. The shockers have already discussed that. Could not believe the two Mercedes are 15th and 14th, and so disappointing from Carlos Sainz. Let's jump straight to the Q3 session though, because this was absolutely brilliant. For one moment we had Piastri on pole, then we thought, Charles Leclerc with a brilliant last lap that thought we'd nicked it, and then Lando Norris comes up with the goods, and he had to pull off a lap record to take pole position here. He did it by a 10th of a second, takes pole position with it was so good. It's so crucial around here. The first sectors from everybody looked so close. Even Max Verstappen was within less than half a tenth of pole man in sector 1, and you just thought, oh God, could anybody take it here? It was a bad middle sector for Max Verstappen. Lewis Hamilton looked there and thereabouts. Charles Leclerc had a brilliant middle sector. We then seen the McLarens actually do 2 runs, because it looked like for once Leclerc nicked pole, that was be it, but Oscar came again. He just didn't get it quite right, and Norris pulled off an absolutely tremendous pole position. What a qualifying session, what a place for him to start, and could it be, well, it's not all said and done anymore, is it, because we've got 2 stop windows, and for the first time we've just got strategy calls are right across the board, because we've got some people saying they'll pit lap 1, they'll pit lap 2, and then just run it straight to the end. We've got the front runners that they can't coast around anymore, because if you've got 2 guys at the back pitting and they make up the pit distance because you're crawling around at GP2 pace like we've seen last year, they'll catch up and make up that position, and when you pit twice they'll be ahead of you. So the front guys have got to gun it, and will they just go as long as they absolutely can, hoping for a red flag or safety car incident? And I think that's the worst thing we can have, is a lap 1 or lap 2 safety car or VSC where we just see everyone dive in, because then it's just kind of a bit neutralized, and we'll see how they pan out for that final stop. So let's kind of hope if we do get anything, it'll be right at the end, and that could really screw someone over massively if they've just dominated the race. So really interesting strategy calls for the race tomorrow. But yeah, let's just get back to the Q3 session. I'm going off on a mild tangent there. Lando Norris on pole, Charles Leclerc disappointed. Middle sector was part that let him down. Starts the race in P2. So unlucky. The Ferraris were absolutely flying, and this boy was flying because he absolutely just comes together. And I know it's his home circuit, but it was just on another level. It really took me by surprise. I thought Ferrari was down for a bad weekend, and they line up second and fourth. Oscar Piastri, probably a little bit disappointed in third place, but he just said he never really got to grips with this circuit. He said he's never hit so many corners or walls probably in his entire career, because he was clipping them left, right and centre. He did so again in the Q3 session, got away with it. But yeah, I'll be happy enough if we can get a good qualifying race start tomorrow. We could possibly jump Charles Leclerc. I mean, we could also see Leclerc lead, and if we've jumped past Norris at the start. Lewis Hamilton, much better qualifying session from him. Starts in P4. He was 3/10 down though to Charles Leclerc. I think that's the closest he's been for a little while. But he's looked good. Max Verstappen was the most disappointing. He was 7/10 down on pole position in the end, in 5th place. I had him to take pole position, but the one lap pace. He did say around street circuits they don't like it. That's a characteristic we've seen of the car before, and it remains probably an oversight on my part to see him take pole. Isaac Hadjar with a P6. This guy, what an absolute brilliant performance from him. Tough circuit. We've seen most of the rookies struggle this weekend. If you look, they're all towards the back of the grid, but this guy stands out and shines again. What a lap from him. Absolutely phenomenal job. Beats one of the Red Bulls in the Racing Bull. A brilliant job. Fernando Alonso in 7th place. Really good session from him. It'll be disappointing in his teammate. He's gone absolutely miles back. Started in 19th, because Fernando Alonso is showing that the pace that we saw last time out is still there. It wasn't just sort of Miami, the car being suited to Miami. They are actually quick around other circuits. So let's hope he can hold on for his first points of the season. Esteban Ocon with a brilliant one, a P8 in the Haas. What a phenomenal job he's done. He was just absolutely mega excited to be in Q3, and you thought, when you get that excited, you think they'll just finish up in 10th place, but to pick it up in P8 was a brilliant lap, and he actually goes really well around here. He's done brilliant jobs before. Liam Lawson 9th place, a really good job from him, closer to Isaac Hadjar, and Alex Albon in P10. And I'd say I was a little bit disappointed. I thought the Williams would go well around here, into the top 10, but he was comfortably 3-4 tenths of a second down on even the Haas. So did they just get the best out of it? I'm not too sure. They went for the medium in the second, in the Q3 first run. Was that the right way to go? Should they have just booted on the softs and did like what everybody else has done and pulled the lap out on the better tyre? But what a grid we've got for the race tomorrow. I can't wait for the action to get going. It should be absolutely brilliant. I've talked strategy. We could get absolutely anything. And let's hope the 2-stop strategy works and we get something massively different to what we've seen in other Monaco Grand Prix. But the grid is set. The start will be absolutely crucial. It's probably one of the best race starts, isn't it? If you just get it right, it means so much here normally. And let's see what the strategy throws up. So I'm really expecting a massive mix of strange strategies. So let's see what they come up with for the race tomorrow. It should be brilliant. Watch out for the race review. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment. As always, see you in the next one.